Brian Mulholland, thank you so much for bringing me to your favourite bar, which is the Blue Light, Dublin Mountains.
Yeah, it's a lovely bar, Gary. Probably has the best views from any pub in Dublin or even Ireland, I'd say. Yeah,
I'd agree.
it's yeah. I think you can see Wales actually on a clear day. Not that I've been up there during the day many times. It's usually at night time, but yeah.
For those not familiar with the whole geography of Dublin, I guess it's important to say that we may actually be referring to the Wicklow Mountains or the Dublin Mountains. Is that fair?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, yeah. If you went out the wrong door, you'd probably be in Wicklow. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, it's that's a great pub. I think it has a great history. I think it's like a few hundred years old. I think it used to be. I think it's one of the last few shebeens left in the area, apparently. So I believe.
Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
You're learned there, Brian.
That's all the facts I have. That's all the facts I have.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you what a shebeen is and was. I know the word and I know what it means, but if you have any idea what it actually what was it, an illegal establishment?
An illegal establishment with I don't think they'd be troubling the taxman or anything like that. So yeah. Okay. Just unlicensed pub, let's say. Yeah.
Isn't it interesting? This particular show started during COVID, and the amount of people, male and female, who had little shebeens set up in the back of their gardens.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think they were called shebeens. So we're in a place called the Blue Light. We've established that it's in the Dublin Mountains. I love always when you talk to people from different counties and they talk about their favourite pub in a mountain. It's always the highest pub in Ireland.
Yeah. They all claim to have that. Yeah. I used to live close by near it. As you know, I'm a Wicklow man these days, but I used to live close by, and it was great because, as you know, I suppose after a couple of pints, it's all downhill after that. So yeah. So,
quite literally.
Yeah.
And it's not our first time in this pub, but the last time we were outside, to your point, it was in summer.
Yeah.
And the picture that the guest wanted to use at that time was with a load of motorbikes in the background. And I can't actually remember why.
It used to be a biker pub. Like, I remember 20 years ago, we used to go there, and it was a real biker pub back in the day. It's not so much anymore, but it used to be that's the kind of the history of it. Yeah.
Is that it? The bike, but they were the real bikers, because
real bikers.
The big Harley Davidson type thing.
Yeah, that sort of buzz. Yeah.
And is the picture that we chose or you chose reflected? But it looks like the type of place that hasn't been cleaned, maybe in.
That's the cleanest I've seen it. That's the cleanest I've seen it. Yeah. Well, you see the fireplace there. Like I actually go up there with a couple of mates often. We'd hike up over Tree Rock, and then we drop in for a pint on the way home. And the fire's usually lighting there. It's lovely. Might be someone playing the guitar in the corner, but it's really cozy pub. It's a real old school cozy pub. Yeah, it's really nice.
When you go on to the listeners, some of the listeners might be aware, but you go into there's nearly an Irish pub in every city that there's humans, right? And you can buy it off a website now.
Yeah,
irishpubs.com. You
right.
should go on to it. It's just hilarious, and I'm sure one of them hasn't been washed in 100 years. Rustic fire look,
sticky floor. Yeah,
this place. It even has the velour on the seats. They don't even make that anymore. I don't think. Do they?
I don't think so. Yeah.
But it's deadly. I think it's deadly because the everything seems to be sort of manicured within an inch of its life. It's great to walk into a place and
it is
quite honestly
rustic. Yeah,
rustic. Yeah, I think
that's an estate agent call it. Yeah.
That's what they call it. So let's assume, right, that all your mates are knackered after a hike. You have them in a moment. You've had a few pints, and they're ready for something profound. And you're gonna actually nail them with a quote. What would your favorite quote be, just to blow them away?
Quote that I love, and it's I don't know if you could even call it a quote or just a whatever you call it, but a rising tide lifts all boats. I think is its quote that I love, and you can probably interpret it several different ways. I think it was originally quoted by JFK, and I think he was talking about the trickle down economy, whereas he was talking about if the most wealthy people get wealthy, then it'll trickle down. But I think the way I kind of look at it, I look at people in our industry, and I look at Irish people, not just Irish people, but everybody really going abroad, going all over Europe, winning these projects, and you really get inspired by them. I think so. That's kind of the way I look at it. I look at other people around me, and I think once one person is doing great, I think it kind of brings everybody else along with them. So yeah,
and it weaves into that whole thing. We become what we see.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Unfortunately, many of us that were brought up in the 80s, all we could see was about 3 football matches a week. And we all wanted to be the Georgie Best or Liam Brady. None of us ever were. But going back to your rising tide lifts all boats, it is actually quite good in the side that there's often you can't stop the tide rising.
Yeah.
Which nobody can, even with all. And it's to anticipate that as well, and knowing that, and what I'm seeing, to your point, which I really love, is that if the analogy was that not all tides in every geography rise at the same time.
Yeah.
That what I'm liking from seeing in you and others like you from Ireland digital infrastructure space is you're so ambitious to say, well, I'm going over there because the tide is low here or there. I'm going over to another place.
That's it. And that's it. Yeah.
And but that's due. I don't think that we should underestimate that particular ambition and bravery.
Yeah.
It's a new instinct. I mean, you guys don't. If I told you need to go to Berlin, 2 hours from Berlin to go and supply kit. Okay.
Middle of nowhere. Yeah, we jump, we go and do it. Yeah.
We would have been, how would you get there? And don't really speak German. And I heard bad things about places, I just love this. And maybe it's just a broad consensus that it's a different world. Yes, but the ambition, bravery, and conviction. So yeah, I like that. But I think we can bring it to not all tides maybe rising at the same time. And it's the fact that you're prepared to go out and swim in that tide, irrespective. I like that a lot. So the lads that you've gone walking with, they've had a hard old trek. They're completely fast asleep at this stage after your quote, right? And the tide must be very high because we're up the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
But the water's after wiping out all the towers. All the mobile towers are gone. All the fiber is swamped, right?
Yeah.
You are the savior. You have 3 apps in your phone.
Yeah.
Only one. What are they? What are the 3 apps that you'd love to have?
Obviously Google Maps, because you'd be literally lost without it. I've carried a massive amount of fire testing over the last 5 years, and I'm constantly traveling to projects all over Europe, just to get back to the last point. So I think it's probably my most used app. I just use it all the time, just traveling all over the place. Teams or emails, I suppose, is the other one. And I think there's kind of 2 ways of looking at that. It's both a blessing and a curse. 1, because you're always available, and 2, because you're always available. So I think, it is. And the other one, I suppose, is just I as you know, Gary, I'm after moving house recently, and I'm addicted to this home app now, where I can digitalize all my radiators and everything like this. So yeah. So
sorry,
you
gotta have it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to help you to get out more often if you're digital.
I know. Yeah.
Radiators, right? We're gonna put you to a therapist. What's it called?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's just the Apple Home app. So
right.
I'm actually an ex-plumber, Gary. I had a career change. Yeah. About 13 years ago. So I know, yeah. So, I think everybody in this industry, to be honest with you, nobody has been in this industry for like 20 years because they weren't really building a whole lot of data centers 20 years ago. So, like, we've all kind of come from something, haven't we? So,
but you've touched on something, right? You've touched on something great, because I think it's very apparent everywhere that tradespeople, apprenticeships, and all the stuff that maybe was a bit sniffy, people, what was it somebody said to me, certain sectors got a bit had notions about what an apprenticeship. You have to say that there's such a huge opportunity in most sectors for apprenticeships, whether it be plumber, electricity. Your experience as a plumber, and you sort of said that as in a previous life I was a plumber. It probably was like the foundation of everything that made you what you are today.
Absolutely, it was. Yeah, absolutely. I've every aspect, everything that I do, I could probably trace it back to plumbing one way or another. And I think trades are a brilliant way to go for any young person. I would really kind of, as you said, a degree is great in college, but I think a trade really is a great life experience. I'm at the stage now where I'm telling you here, but I try to keep that secret because everybody looks for a plumber these days. So I'm
oh, I know,
people ringing. I know, yeah.
We're just getting back to the principle, and somewhere along the line, I guess, it was always great, and we wanted to be the first in our generation, our family, to go to college or whatever. But I look at my own daughters as well, and there's just certain ways of life that the whole concept of an apprenticeship, which is sort of a blend of college and on-site, you have a bit of both.
And you're getting paid while you're in college as well, so that's fantastic.
You're getting paid. It sort of suits an awful lot more people than maybe we're prepared to admit, where you're sitting in a college. And the one thing I've noticed since my own young children have gone to college, if they're not disciplined and you only have 9 to 12 hours a week and everything else is just study, you can get into bad habits too,
Yeah.
But I definitely see in the digital infrastructure space a great opportunity for plumbers, with all the new change in the tech, plumbers, electricians, all that type of stuff. But I love when I meet people who are apprentices like yourself. It's great fundamental 101, measure twice, cut once.
It is, yeah, absolutely. And it's the problem solving as well and things like this. You've physically, you can physically visualize problems. I think it gives you that skill.
And does that then help greatly when you're digitizing it and all the rest? Is it like when I wasn't an apprentice, I was just a bad COBOL programmer, but it was always a saying, if something is crap in paper, you'll just find out quicker when you digitize it that it's still crap.
Yeah.
And sometimes you think, that taking bad systems that are documented that way, changing it and hoping it'll all get better. Is that what you find, or is that where you really need to have that systematic process brain going on before you go digital or whatever?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's how do I answer that?
Because you work in a space where you've got so many different types of people and projects and all sorts. It must be nearly a lot of those human skills that you learned on a building site for emotional intelligence and stuff. Yeah,
it is. But think about it is plumbers are not just plumbers; they're business people as well. So you're doing the business element of it as well as the plumbing. So there's lots of all skills. These different skills. Yeah.
That you're kind of learned by being on a site. I'm sure human
interactions, dealing with kind of some guy fixing something and dealing with the top brass, kind of trying to solve a kind of a more political problem with them as well. So yeah. yeah.
And I'm sure in your 13 years gone from, would the term be on your tools? Is that the term?
That's it. Yeah. My hands are gone soft, Gary. I've no blisters. I get blisters if I touch a spanner these days. Yeah.
Your hands are gone soft. So when people look back at this show in 10 years, they'll say, you know, your man decided to go back to and now he's a quadruple millionaire.
Yeah.
Brian, it's been short and sharp. We've been up the top of mountains. We've been over in Berlin. We've been drowning your mates with tides. It's been short and sharp, but I think it's given a good insight into the type of bloke you are. And thanks a million for your time.
Thanks a million, Gary. Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun. Let me turn this off.